Your content only needs three things to be memorable so that your company brings in more leads and more sales. But first, you have to agree that you're not just creating content for a moment. You are creating content for a movement. And if you've already decided that you're creating content for a movement, join my upcoming Content Authority Blueprint Challenge. I'm going to help you turn your ideas and solutions into your own signature framework. So that becomes the foundation for your content marketing for your offers and your programs. Because content that is just made for a moment is copying all the same viral hooks, it's sharing all the same surface level advice, and it's contributing to the noise instead of cutting through it. So how do you cut through the noise? It is with your perspective. Your perspective is a combination of your story, your skill set, and your experience. So I want you to think about your perspective as a road. And at the end of that road is the treasure. This is what you help your audience and your ideal clients to achieve. This is the result that they get from working with you. In order for you to have gotten to that treasure, you've overcome problems and challenges, fears and doubts. And now let's say that there's somebody else in your industry that also helps someone get that exact same treasure. They also have a road and they've overcome problems and challenges and fears and doubts. Now, although both go to the exact same treasure, the roads are going to look different based off of the story, which means that they've developed different skill sets along the way. So where is the power? The power is in the perspective. So for me, for example, I actually help my clients achieve consistent 10K months all through content alone. But I'm somebody that grew up with a terrible stutter. I couldn't even say my own name. I remember sitting with my legs crossed on the grass in a circle at my freshman high school orientation. And I had beads of sweat dripping down my forehead, not because of the sun, but because I was two people away from having to introduce myself and say my name and what I was excited about for the upcoming school year. When it was my turn, I tripped over my name so bad. I added multiple S's in front of my name. Instead of saying Siobhan, it was like like I just couldn't get my name out. It was honestly in that moment that my body learned that speaking leads to humiliation. It marked that moment in my mind, and I became frozen in my expression after that. I went through undergrad and graduate school, getting my doctorate in physical therapy, but still holding my ideas and my solutions inside. I was afraid to speak. And I find it so interesting that the Lord has actually placed me in a profession where I had to speak. And so that was one of the first places that I really learned to overcome my speaking. And I have a whole video, I will post the link down below, of the 10 things that I did to get rid of the stutter and to really improve having any kind of confidence on camera. Because, when my body was marked with feeling humiliated that I couldn't say my own name, there was a lot of things I had to get over internally. The fear of being judged, being seen, all the things. So I will link that video down below. So the road, the perspective now that I help my audience to achieve their consistent 10K months, it's got different challenges. It's got different problems, fears, and doubts. Let's say this other person's road is now paved differently because they might have been a TV anchor. They might have been a news anchor of some kind, now teaching people how to speak on camera. Well, we achieve the same end result of being expressive, putting your ideas online, and making money. But how we do that is going to be completely different. So the purpose of our perspective, our road, is to actually attract the people that are meant for us, that have the same or similar problems, challenges, fears, and doubts, and repel the ones that don't. So we're both going to be able to attract the people that are meant for us, which is why we can never be too concerned when someone doesn't buy or someone doesn't like it. It's like, it's fine, because not everybody is made for me. Not everybody is made for you. And so I think that's the beauty about perspective, right? Is because we get to own our story. And this is how we end up being so authentic online. We're authentic because We're not speaking from a place that isn't us. It's not a performance. We're truly speaking from a place of congruency because that's our story, that's our experience. So it's so essential for you to understand that the way that you took your pathway and all the challenges that God has ordained for you, those challenges actually gave you a template. It gave you a step-by-step process because you took yourself to that result, and now you're going to help others do the exact same thing. And so God has already given that to you. But when we create moment for moment content and we're only delivering surface level results, it's because we're using other people's frameworks, other people's templates. So, what are these three things that are so important for you to have that makes your content memorable? Well, the first thing that you want to have, which I alluded to, is creating your own signature framework. This literally is the foundation. Everything that you have been through is a process. It is your own template. You came up upon certain sites along your journey. I did, you did, other people did, and so it all looks different. It's our ability to package that into a step-by-step process that now creates a repeatable result for the people that we serve. Because it's one thing to know in our logical mind that we can help someone, but it is a completely different ballgame to know with deep conviction that you can help someone get a result. And so when you create a signature framework, you go from knowing you can help to deeply believing you can help. And that makes all the difference when it comes to your sales. So this is where you really have to understand everything that you think is that was there to meant to hold you back is actually there to propel you forward. My stutter like really made my voice so frozen. But God literally used what was frozen in me to now create freedom. And now I make money by creating content and using my voice. The very thing that early on as a kid I learned leads to humiliation. So I've often heard a lot of pastors and preachers or evangelists say this, but the challenge that you've been given that you now overcome is the thing that you have dominion over. And so we get to comfort each other in our trials because we've overcome the thing. And this is what it means to genuinely serve. It means, hey, I've done this and got this result. I can help you do the exact same thing. But we can't be out here all scattered because you have so many ideas that are floating around in your brain directionless. So we need to be able to add structure. This is why when you start getting more content prompts, viral hooks, you're still left feeling like you don't have any answers and you're more confused. That's all because you just added more ideas, more solutions, more steps. And we want to be able to take all of that and create structure, not add more to the noise. So it's your signature framework that allows you to create a good structure for you to now have content that markets your offers without always having to say, buy my thing, because people are so compelled with your content. They're like, I wonder what else this person has for me. This content is amazing. You're genuinely serving people that they want more of it. So they're willing to pay you. All right. Number two is have perspective-based positioning. So this is what I was talking about, your road. Your road and someone else's road looks completely different. In order for your content to be remembered, it has to be positioned, and it is your perspective that positions your content in the marketplace. This is what leads to you having authority. Because if you're trying to copy what other people are doing, you're actually watering down and diminishing the very assignment God has put you here for, and me here for, and other people here for. We are taking away from our assignment. So we have to understand that we have a perspective for a reason. My fear of speaking initially probably looked very different than if a news anchor or TV host or what have you was teaching someone how to gain confidence with speaking. It looks very different, but the end result is the same, speaking and communicating with our voice in the marketplace. And so you have to understand that your perspective is your power, and that is how you're going to have content that's positioned online for you to be the authority. This is why having that signature framework is so important because that now shapes your perspective positioning. And this is what I'm going to be helping you doing inside of the upcoming challenge. So click the link below so that you can join the next one. It's going to be so, so, so fun. Okay, now number 3 is you want to have intentional delivery. It is not about what you say. It is about how you say it. This goes back to apologizing. If you're going to tell someone you're sorry, you can say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. Like all of those I'm sorries, you got something different because we're always feeling the energy, which is the delivery. And people are going to feel the energy before they even hear what you said. So before someone says, I'm sorry, before you heard the words, I'm sorry, you automatically felt, do I believe this person or not? Your content works the exact same way. This is why having intentional delivery is so important. And when you have your signature framework and you know the perspective that you're going to shape online, now you can have an intentional delivery behind what you are saying, and you're going to be so much more embodied in the words you are saying. They're not just going to be words. They're going to be things that are felt. I'm sorry could just be a word. I love you can just be a word. Please forgive me can just be a word. Those can all be words. But we know what it's like when someone really packs meaning behind it and they give a heartfelt I'm sorry or a heartfelt I love you or a heartfelt please forgive me. We know what that's like because it resonates in our spirit. That's what content should do. And really good, juicy, valuable content that is memorable will move the cells of your audience before they even hear what you're saying. They're just like, I like how this person makes me feel. I want to buy more. So you want to make sure that you are contributing to cutting through the noise in the marketplace, not contributing to the noise in the marketplace. And you do that with intentional delivery. So content that's memorable is not about the perfection because it is all about our ability to genuinely show people that, hey, we can service you. We can help you get a result, whether you have a service or a product. We can help you get this result. It's not about how smart you are. It's not about you being perfect. It's not about you saying the right thing. It's about you just having a process, a repeatable step-by-step process that your audience can go through and your clients can get the results from working with you. And that's also how you're going to be able to build your belief. This process not only builds your belief, but it makes you memorable in the marketplace because your belief is strong. And when you have belief, you have certainty. And when you have certainty, your audience wants to buy. And that right there will explode your business and explode your sales because that's not saying the right thing. That is you just genuinely saying, this is how I help. They can feel the resonance in their spirit and they're like, where's the link? I'm ready to buy. So this is why this is so essential for you to get. This is also why I am running the Content Authority Blueprint Challenge so that you understand this, you wrap your head around it, you remove yourself from feeling salesy and you're not worried about what other people are saying or doing because you got your own signature framework. So drop it in the comments if you are excited about this upcoming challenge and how this video resonated for you. I trust it blesses you and serves you, and I will see you all in another video. Bye.